everyone, welcome back to Play the Game HQ. I'm Allison, this is Daniel, and it is March, so we are going to go over what we played in February. Yes. I can't believe it's already March.
Yeah, we do this every month for the last month. So this is 2 in a row. That's
We're doing good.
2 in a row.
Yes.
Can't get to 50 in a row until you've done 2 in a row.
Exactly,
So whatever you are doing in your life that you are trying to make a habit of, if you've only done it once, if you've only done it twice, you can get there. We believe in you.
And us.
And what you can do. And we believe in us and our ability to do this every month in 2024.
Please, if you've noticed, message me.
If you've noticed that we've done this.
It's May.
Yeah, if you've noticed that we've done it twice, you don't have to message us. But if we get to October, hey, good job on 10 months of recaps, guys. Yeah. So a couple things before we get into the games is it's not available yet, but we do have some actual merchandise. We have swag. So we have coffee cups. We're going to Gamma Expo tomorrow. Yes. We're leaving for Gamma Expo tomorrow, driving to Louisville, Kentucky.
I love the name Louisville. I think my tongue just Louisville.
Yeah, it's Walter Cronkite. Very, very.
Huh?
Okay, they'll get it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we have mugs, and these will eventually, once we get back, we're gonna put these on the website because apparently people want these.
Oh my gosh, I posted opening a box on Instagram, and they were like, I need that. I'm like, okay. But what I love is if you're right-handed or left-handed, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
So
it's on both sides.
It's on both sides.
So we got shirts and stuff for Gamma Expo, and this is, I'm not gonna stand up. This is we have the DICE logo. We have that in a couple different colors. This is back in the height of COVID. I asked Allison to design this back in the height of COVID, and also short arm dinosaurs having trouble picking stuff up being a cultural craze. I asked her to look over. Yeah, you can see this.
Yeah, you can.
So it's just a dinosaur. Dropped its dice. Game night's over.
Her dice.
So yeah, that's I love that. When we were ordering these, it's like, hey, do you still have that drawing that you did?
I had to pull it out of my archives
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have the name of the channel on the back, the logo on the back. So try and be discreet. I don't like wearing huge logos of other people. It's just not my style. So we want to keep everything discreet. And this is a dice and a logo, so it works either way.
It's a little grungy, and then I do have the Play the Game HQ on the back. So
and
the mugs, and we'll eventually get some more things and want to get a hat and things like that. That just takes time. So
yep. But if you're interested in merch and you want to be notified, if you go and leave a comment, say, let me know when the merch is ready. I will personally come and respond with a link when it's ready. So
next year.
We don't have a mailing list, but we do. I will respond to any comment on this video that says, let me know when the merch is ready.
Another little behind the scenes board games. I finished our website last night.
Yeah, playthegamehq.com.
Playthegamehq.com. I finally finished the website. Don't go there just yet because I don't write well.
I need to wordsmith it.
I don't speak well. He needs to wordsmith it. He's how we balance each other out. I make things pretty. He irons it out. Yeah. So he's going to go through that. But yeah, I finished our website. Another one of those big check marks off of our to-do list before we go off to Gamma. So let's talk about games.
Yes. So February, we played 20...
Was it 26?
26 games. I texted it to you so you can make the thumbnail. We're real professionals here.
Hey, we're real.
So we played 43 plays, 25 unique games, and
25.
Where's that? 14 games were new to us. So
I also had the flu in the middle of all this, so we didn't play as many as I wanted to, but I think that's pretty good for the shortest month of the year.
And what's been interesting in this, just because Emma is now a year old.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting into a rhythm. We do have our games that we have commitments to review, but a lot of these are just a lot of what we've played has been
just because we want to play.
Just games that we want to play. Yeah. We play a lot of these aren't hey, we need to play 3 games today so we can knock out some reviews.
Right.
These are
eventually we might have to do that during the week, but right now it's I just want to play what I want to play. Speaking of which, for Daniel's birthday last year or 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
He got Search for Planet X.
It is. I know.
I'm just gonna leave.
We're not gonna flip the box lids this time. So, Search for Planet X is it's a logic puzzle. It's from Renegade Games. There is there's been one follow up to it, and then there is another one that was just announced from the founder of Bezier Games. It's search for UAPs. I believe it's like an alien looking for UFOs or UAPs. Whatever you call those now. I didn't think
I was going to like it. Yeah. Although you say space theme, apparently I'm a space theme girl and never thought I was cutesy critter girl. Apparently I'm space theme. But I really enjoyed this.
It's a logic puzzle. If you liked those growing up where you had the little L-shaped grid and it's like...
Which I don't usually.
It's like Kevin rode a horse and ate waffles for breakfast. Mm-hmm. And then 2 things later, it's like the person who has a horse and ate waffles also went swimming. And you're trying to figure out... I'm selling logic puzzles
it's
real hard right now.
It's app supported, which is something unique. So we all had to have...
you don't have to. You can pass around a phone, but we got new phones. So
we were able to let the boys share
an abundance of devices. So everyone had either an iPad or a phone.
Yeah.
But you're just putting in the quadrants you want to investigate and all that.
Yeah, so it's pull from your side.
So we'll pull from our side. Let's let you do this one.
Okay, Autumn. So this game, it made us laugh. I have to open it. I know we're not going to open box, but... You can't really open it well because it has like nothing in it. So the box is gorgeous. It's autumn. Apparently there are all 4 seasons. This is from Devier. Devere. What did I say? Devier. I'm trying to put a French spin.
I just said Bezier.
That's what it was. This is from Devere. That's the game. It's not even a full deck.
It's like 22 cards.
Yeah, but it's only 2 colors of leaves, and it is an area control. You each pull a card off the deck. And then you're trying to, it has to go one way. So you cover 1 to 2 leaves up, say that I'm yellow and you're orange.
We don't have a top-down count.
Oh, you don't have a top-down. No. But it's an area control.
Very simple area control with leaves. So
yeah.
I haven't played it, but I want to.
Went to dinner on Valentine's Day with Peyton. We brought this and played while we were waiting on our food. It was so simple. Yeah. Like, really cute. I'm going to keep it in my car. So I like this one.
Courtisans, this is from, the whole thing was upside down. Box and everything.
Because I closed this.
No, I said it like this, so I looked upside down, but the whole box, they saw it upside down too.
Okay.
So Courtisans, Courtisans, Courtisans. This game is from Pandasaurus Games. We have it early because we were taking photos of it. It's coming out later this spring. It's a good It was real interesting. Yeah, it's a tug of war. You're trying to establish dominance for the houses based on which side of the table they're sitting on. There's some spies that are face down that aren't revealed towards the end of the game. You're giving other people cards. It was a lot of fun. I was surprised at how just first game still strategic it felt. Everyone enjoyed it. Just
like a lot of games that come out with publishers when they publish quite a few games, some are just kind of a flop where it's like, hey, this is a game, a few people played it, and then they just don't do reprints. Yeah. This game, I really hope it gets the hype to get more reprints. I liked it a lot.
It's super simple rules.
I think 5 adults. No, it was all 6 of us. Yeah. 6 of us at our game night, and everyone really enjoyed it.
Really simple set of rules, but really strategic in how you're placing, giving cards to other people and to yourself.
Another game we played at the same game night, which I love. I mean, this game, you just can't go wrong with Trio. It's from Happy Camper Games.
Happy Camper Games, we got it.
It's a re-skinning of Nana.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Nana.
Trio, Nana.
I think it's Nana.
Trio. Awesome party kind of memory game, deduction kind of game of who has what cards.
If you see it, get it. They're on there. Oh, yeah. They're reprinting it. They sold out immediately after PAX Unplugged.
We've not played the spicy variant yet because that just doesn't seem as much fun. We need to play it so I can have an opinion on that.
Speaking of spicy, I took this to Jared's high school game club. Yeah. Played it with them there. It was a lot of fun. So it's a bluffing game. You have each card has a number and a suit. And you have to do ascending cards, and then when you get to 10, you have to wrap back around to 1, 2, or 3. But you can. It's interesting as a bluffing game because you can bluff either the number or the suit, but you have to. When you accuse someone of bluffing, you have to pick which of those you think they're bluffing, whether they're bluffing the number or the suit. Yeah. And if I accuse her of bluffing the suit and she wasn't bluffing the suit, but she was bluffing the number,
I get all the cards.
She still wins that challenge because I got it wrong. So it's a really interesting kind of trying to figure out what was less likely that they would have in their hand.
The only thing that frustrates me about this is the suits are different peppers.
Yeah.
And the different peppers are, I think, between the red and two of them that's like, wait, which pepper, which one?
There is a pepper and then there's pepper.
Yeah, and so it's like, wait, which pepper?
I think it's so
that's the only kind of like...
In the book, it's the spicy suit and then pepper. So it's really like we started saying the color a lot.
River
Valley Glassworks. This is from All Play. It's coming to Kickstarter, I believe, March 16th. It is
We've got more coming out on this.
Very fast playing. Takes 15 minutes to play through a full game. Has a feel of Azul.
I think we played this last month too, so we did do some. So if you want to know a little bit more details before our preview comes out, you can check that out. But I really liked.
They did send us, as the game is still in development, they sent us some upgraded components that really helped with a couple of frustrations. So they're actively doing things to improve the game as it's going into Kickstarter.
When did you play that?
I played this with Peyton at Starbucks.
I played this with Peyton. Peyton and I, we love and hate this game at the same time because we like those kind of puzzly aspects. But this one is the hardest. The Match Madness, they've got quite a few variants of the game. This is the hardest by far. It's only 2-player, obviously duo. But we got through, I think we'd done the third puzzle.
Also.
Oh, 1 player. Yeah, I could see that. We got, I think, down to the third card. And we couldn't figure it out. And so we just flipped it. Like, it gets to the point where it get really, really puzzly. We like it, though. We like a challenge.
Yeah.
Fluffy Dragons, we've got something coming out on this one. This is going to Kickstarter next month.
Yeah, you put that one
this
away.
month. I did. Did I put this one away?
You did.
Oh my gosh.
It's a great little family weight intro to bluffing and bidding. We have a preview coming out on it. Or we have a review coming out on it, not paid. Because I just said it was great. So
not paid. We can have our opinion.
Yeah, it's there's bluffing and some bidding in your accusation of other people bluffing. You're bidding on how, like, you're accusing them to bluff by bidding on the card that they're playing face down.
Now the cover is subject to change. I believe it is changing, and the logo, but it's all subject to change. This is a prototype. Watch this come about in the last couple of years. So this has been fun to watch.
Gonna get this out first. So we played Wingspan because we were getting Wyrmspan and wanted to compare. Still, my feelings on it haven't really changed. It's I like Wyrmspan better. Let's just talk about them both because Wingspan's been around long enough. We don't need to explain. Something
that out of the box, literally, that a comparison, I prefer Wingspan over Wyrmspan because of the inserts that already come in. It comes with the containers that already hold the components. Wingspan, I loved it. I played with the boys when I homeschooled them all the time because it was such an easy setup. Literally, how it's in the box, it just sets up. Wyrmspan, they didn't go over and beyond with that. It's in bags. There's also no dice in Wyrmspan, which I kind of, as someone who doesn't care for dice luck as much, I miss the dice.
You like the resource dice.
I do like that. This one felt like Trails.
Yeah, it fixed some things that my biggest problem with Wingspan,
the biggest beef,
is the decreasing number of turns. Which in an engine...
This one decreases too, doesn't it?
No, this is the same.
That doesn't.
In an engine builder, I typically want to be able... It's kind of the opposite of your typical engine builder, where like an engine builder, you want to be able to... Your first few turns are slow, but the more you go, the more you build up your ability to do things, so your turns and the rounds are getting longer as the game goes on. And this just... I'm not a fan of the shortening rounds, and again, it feels like as the last round you're just getting eggs. Yeah, Wyrmspan I think solves a lot of that. It has the ability to take more actions as you get more coins. We'll put a full review out. I do have a full tutorial, so if you have this, it's 8 minutes long, goes through everything you need to know. We also have a short that gives you a really brief overview in 60 seconds.
60 seconds. I will say with Wingspan, something that you and I go at the game differently. You like engine builders, and so you looked at this like an engine builder. This is totally a goal game. A goal game for me. I look at the goals set in front of me, and that's what I do. So I enjoy it. I think because of that, I've enjoyed it a whole lot more than you had the lifetime.
And when you said that, I thought like that's a good point, that it's not, if I'm going at it as an engine builder, it's
really frustrating.
Versus just, here's the objectives, how can I best achieve these variable objectives? That I need to play it again from that place. But Wyrmspan, I think they did a great job of not just reskinning Wingspan with dragons. It's a unique game.
They're different enough where it's like, it's not like put either one on the table, they're the same. Right. Not at all. No.
It's not get Wyrmspan and get rid of Wingspan. If you like Wingspan, you're going to like Wyrmspan, but they're different enough that I think it warrants owning both if you want to. And that
surprised me, honestly, because I thought they were kind of just reskinning it and just adding a couple little variants. There's like, 183 different dragons and the lore with them.
Yeah.
As Cadelia, she's Ascadorkable gamer. On her TikTok, she is going through every dragon. I don't know how far she's gotten so far, but she's going in alphabetical order. So you need to check her out, and she goes through and introduces you to all the dragons.
Yeah. Dice Miner we talked about last month also. Still just love this game. It's just a great little, it's a great game.
Yeah. Really he has a review. No, you have a teach on this.
I have a review out now. I have a tutorial that I've shot but not put together yet. Star Wars Unlimited is a new trading card game. You haven't played it. Played it with Peyton. I am not neither of us are huge, I said trading card game. It's collectible card game. I have not played a ton of collectible card games. I've played Magic the Gathering. I've played Pokemon, but not enough to...
you keep talking.
Not enough to really be able to compare. We're going to take this to Gamma Expo because I have a lot of friends at Gamma Expo.
It's a poster.
It's also a huge player mat that is...
Oh, there's two. Hold on, what's the other one?
The other one is Luke Skywalker. So I'm going to take it to Gamma Expo to play with some friends who are heavy into other CCGs, into Lorcana and Magic and Pokemon, and just get their thoughts on it. No, this is on loan from our local game store. But it's got some things that are different. Your win condition is destroying the other player's base versus I know Pokemon, you have 6 cards that you're trying to get rid of on the other player's team, I believe is what Peyton reminded me was the win condition for that. Yeah, so we'll have more coming out on that. As I said, we're going to take it to Gamma Expo. I'm going to play it with some friends there that will really be able to give an opinion on it compared to other collectible card games.
Okay, now when it comes to all these games, which one surprised me the most this month has got to be Veiled Fate. Yeah. We've finally played, we've had this game for a while, and our friends love it. Devin actually wrote the lore for it, and so we wanted to play it, and we finally played it. I thought there was way more to the game.
It was a great game.
I really enjoyed it. Another deduction game of
It's one of those that the heaviness is in the strategy, not in the rule set.
Yeah.
It's not a complex game, but it is a very strategic game.
It shocked me. I was like, that's it? That's what we're doing? Okay, it's on. So easy to play.
The core of it is everyone is controlling. You have all these demigods on the board. Everyone is controlling everyone, but you have your secret demigod that is yours. So you're trying to, and there's 3 or 4 depending on the player count. There's some that aren't controlled by anybody.
Right. So if those win, then no one wins.
Right. So you're trying to advance and score for your player.
Your god. Your demigod.
Your demigod. You're trying to score for your color.
There you go.
But you also have to score for other people's color because you can't, you're trying to not let people know who you are so that they don't play against you. So the fun is at the end of the
game when everyone's like, wait, so I thought you were that one, you were that one, you were that one. And I was surprised. What was so funny is Sarah played... She had the wrong color the whole time.
Yeah, there's a couple colors that are maybe a little too close together.
The pink and the purple were a little, and she was...
No, it was the teal and the blue.
Okay, she was trying to get this color the whole time, teal, and she was actually blue, and she didn't realize it till the end of the game. It was really funny. Yeah, so we actually play the expansion. We're going to be play testing the expansions of this at Gamma. I'm really
new expansion coming to Kickstarter. We'll play that at Gamma, give you some thoughts while we're there.
Lock and Key.
Let's just get this. This is in the way of stuff. Galactic Cruise. We have a full. It's incredible, guys. It's coming to Kickstarter on the 4th. That is this Tuesday.
Wow.
Please go check this out. This is the
game you've been waiting for.
It is what the hobby wants Kickstarter to be, which is a place for first-time indie publishers to be able to get their games out in the world. It is incredible. I just posted a full review with a lot of opinion because that was unpaid. It's incredible. You need to go check it out. We'll leave links to the Kickstarter on this one. But yeah, it deserves every bit of hype that it's getting. So it may not be for you. It is a medium to heavy.
Oh, it's crunchy.
It's a crunchy game.
It's a meaty game.
So it may not be for you, but at least go check it out.
So Daniel, I wasn't a part of the review with this because I had the flu this week, but something that Lacerda games are a game. It's this kind of out of my reach type of, as far as understanding concepts and stuff like that. But that's been compared to Lacerda games so many times.
Partially because Ian O'Toole did the artwork.
Right. But I am like, let me get a Lizard game on the table. I love that game so much that I'm like, I'm ready. I feel like I'm like going to the adult menu now.
Luckily, we have a couple friends that love Lizard games and have all of them. So.
Coming for you, Gordon. I'm getting you some of your games.
So Block and Key it's just such a great little game. Played this with Peyton at Starbucks. It is a game built on perspective. We have a review of this back on the channel, but it's a 3D board. You're placing 3D tiles. You're trying to achieve goals, but the goals are all from like your level of the board, looking at it straight on. And as other people are placing things, they're not necessarily placing things to mess them up because you're trying to do patterns. So they may place something where they need to see 2 red squares above a couple of green squares. So they're going to set that red square behind, from their perspective, behind a green block. So they just see 2 of them sticking up. But now you see a bunch of red squares where you needed green squares.
None of them are red.
Yeah, it's
brown.
Burnt orange.
I like.
Did you know cubes. What I was talking? Did you know which squares I meant though?
I know what you meant. The
tactile,
they're like clay. They have such a good feel in your hand. So this is one of those like we finally played. I found this version at Goodwill. Had never been played. I think I got it for like
don't leave a comment and let us know how much you think she paid for it.
Okay, so at Target, I believe it's $30.
Yeah, how much do you think we got it for?
At Goodwill in Little Rock.
Pause the video right now. Go down to the comments.
Anyway,
and let us know.
I'm so glad that we played it. It is thinky. Peyton got really frustrated. It was the end of the school day when we first. Oh, I didn't take the sticker off. Anyways. Are you guys gonna zoom in on that?
No.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, I'll let them figure out the joke.
Oh, okay. Now that you just told them the joke.
Oh yeah. But they paused it.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, now they're in on the joke.
I liked the game. It was thinky, it was puzzly. It actually reminded me and made me want to play that old game that we got. It's where the tiles are like a diamond rhombus and you're trying to. I'm going to pull it out. I think it's in the front, in one of the cabinets in the front. Starts with an R, but it's an old game. Like, I got the last copy on Amazon.
Yeah.
I don't think it's in print anymore, and I literally ordered the last copy on Amazon a couple years ago.
Yep. So. Divinus. So these are our two legacy games that we're currently in the middle of. We talked about Sagrada Artisans last month. Still playing it. It's one
of those campaign games that I'm okay if it takes us the year to play it because it's when you have a toddler around, I don't like playing it when she's up and running around because it's hard for me to focus. And I love playing it to relax, have a cup of tea. So when she goes down at night is when I prefer to play it because it's just a really relaxing game.
Yeah, but also like we discussed whether to start this or finish this one first. Typically, we would play one like legacy game at a time. Yeah. This one does have a story to it, but the story is really just a little bit of flavor text.
Just fluff.
Fantastic game. But I don't feel like if I wrap my mind around another legacy game that I'm gonna forget what's going on in this. It's not one of those where with like Ticket to Ride or some of the like Pandemic or something where there's a deep story to it, and you need to remember like what's going on because thematically
like role player
it's
adventures. Like you really need
you need to keep up with the narrative.
That didn't leave our table until we were done playing that campaign. This is okay. I said that what is it? Veiled Fate surprised me. Divinus really surprised me too. Again, I didn't learn a lot about the game.
This was a review copy that was sent to us to compare to explain because I know that. There's not always
There's a chest with this one.
There is, and people aren't always a fan of like, why did you get it if you didn't know anything about it? So we're doing a comparison video of the base game versus the chest game, the deluxe versus retail, which we just did for Kingdom Rush, the Elemental Uprising, and the Elementus chest. So check that out if you're interested in those. So that's why I have this. Lucky Duck sent it to us to review, but also to do that comparison. They're not sending us the chest. I have to borrow Devin's chest and then give it back. So we had no idea what when the Kickstarter for this ran, we were really interested because Jared loves Greek mythology.
Oh my
so we're like, that looks amazing. Jared would love that game, but didn't actually get into the gameplay. It's a tile placement kind of dice
You're building your own little map.
Yeah, it's a map building game. I expect it to be some sort of like Greek war game. It's great, like really enjoying it.
And it kind of is at the end, but you're not a part of really the war. You have a side that you've obviously leaned towards, and it's like, great, now that this person, like you're kind of like almost like a wedging your bets almost, and how you placed your stuff.
Not at all what I expected the game to be.
Okay. How do you pronounce it?
Rauha?
Rauha? I talked to Lindsay. Lindsay was like, your guess is as good as mine. We all say it differently.
This
is at Hachette. Yes. We got it from Hachette. Yes. I believe there's a couple other publishers that you can get it from, but Hachette is the one that localized it here in the States. I liked this game.
It's really, really fun artwork.
You know what it kind of reminded me of, in hindsight? The Dream game, where you're kind of building your little
dream catchers,
dream
runners,
Yeah, it reminded me of Dream Runners just because it has that same little grid, and depending on how you put your stuff was how you score at the end. That's how Dream Runners is, and it kind of reminded me of that one.
So it's got we've only played it once, so going off of memory, but everyone has their 3x3 grid that they are building, and you're working your way around. So there's 12 turns because you're going to work your way around each. Like basically around like a clock. When you get to the end, you score. But each turn you're scoring if you're on the top left spot of the board, if you're right here, you're gonna score this column. If you're over here, you're gonna score this row or activate it. So it's,
you say everyone is scoring the same row.
Yeah, everyone has their own board and they're working their way around. So it was a really fun it was a cool puzzle of getting not only like how can I maximize this, but also like deciding when to change things up and switch things out. Because, we're almost to the end. I'm not going to use these 2 rows anymore.
So you can cover those up with something else. Yeah, you can cover
them up and really start to go for your end game scoring. Jared,
I messed up.
Yeah.
I would have gotten way more points if I hadn't covered up one of them. I was like, dang it.
Yeah, but Jared dominated everybody in that game. He
rocked that game.
They all were worried at the beginning because I was kind of running away with it. And then Jared had one really good scoring round and got a couple of really key cards and built a fantastic little engine.
He did.
It's an engine builder. I don't know if I said that.
I love the artwork for it. It was beautiful. A lot of mushrooms. And you look at each of the little tile cards. It like the detail and the tiny micro stuff. It's really, really pretty. Yep. All right, so we played this to compare.
Yeah, so got this, and this is actually, this was,
last year.
I got it for like $15 on Amazon.
Wait! Oh, you didn't have a sticker.
No. But when Holy Grail Games went out of business, it just went on clearance on Amazon. So I think I got it for $15. It has been picked up. I don't remember who picked it up, but it is being reprinted. It has been acquired by another publisher, so it will be coming back out. So we played this. And also played Heat again for the first time in way too long.
Oh, I like this a lot.
To compare them, I think
the last time we played with Alex and Meg here.
Might have been. No, I played last summer with Cody when he was in town. But very kind of stepping back and looking at them, they have a lot of similarities mechanically on the racetrack. So you have places where you can go really fast.
They're all sideways.
You have speed limits around turns that you're trying to manage to do all that. With Heat, you are playing cards is like based on what gear you're on, you're playing cards and trying to get as far as you can and maximize the cards from your hand. There's some other elements, but Rallyman,
it's not his name. It's not like Spider-Man.
It's not Glenn Spider-Man. So with Rallyman GT, you have dice and you have their gears. You have 1 through 6. And you can only use, you have to do ascending or descending. You can use break dice to jump down multiple numbers. But rather than just trying to maximize your speed, you have to puzzle together those dice to, if you go 1, 2, 3, you can't go back down to 2 that turn.
And that's what really irritated me. Because I love the way Heat plays so much with those cards and how you balance out your speed and doing that. That's what I came from. And so I almost feel like I need to play this a few times and step away from Heat. Yeah. Because I think in narrowing my strategy, it's like, okay, this is the dice I have. There's only 2 laps.
Yep.
So.
And you can do as many
You can do as many. But it's like, okay, it's okay if I'm not going 15 steps, versus in Heat, sometimes you can get those really. Yeah. You can't do that.
Right. You can't.
In Rallyman.
Yeah, it's a little crunchier. Mm-hmm. They're both very strategic in their, like, how you use the mechanics of the game. This one I would say is a little crunchier. It's a little more strategic because you are limited to those 1 through 6 dice. There's some risk in both of them.
I messed up big time.
This one has a full modular board, so it's all hexagons and you're building your map. So it's whereas this one has preset maps.
Jared built our last map. And oh my gosh, I was like,
lots of tight turns.
He did so many tight turns. I was like, this is so hard. He was like, sorry. And he did really well with that one. I think he won that one. Okay, Hamsterrolle. This is Hamsterrolle. It's being localized by 25th Century. Yep. They just did a Kickstarter. Ended last Friday? No, a week ago yesterday.
I think it ended, a week ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But it'll be available in retail.
It will be. And it will. So this one does not fit in the Calex. You have to set it on top. You'll see people who have it there. It's on top. They are making. This one. No, I believe this will actually fit in. Maybe they're making it smaller.
I don't know. I wouldn't think so. I think it's just the size that it is. But you have this big wheel. It's a fantastic little dexterity. It's one that I've been looking for a long time, and it was it was just expensive to get.
I wish they named it Hamster Wheel versus
Hamster Roll. But
I think Hamster Wheel.
And everyone has their little blocks, and you're setting them on to.
Man, I should have talked to this. They should have named it Hamster Wheel, and these should have all been have a screen printing of little hamsters. The different. Oh. Okay, sorry.
Anyway, so you are setting the blocks ahead of where the last person played. So you're rolling it, and you're trying to not knock the blocks off. It's wonderful.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is a great
I've
little
enjoyed
game.
It. Something that's like when you're playing on it does roll, and so you have to very carefully okay, come back to where you were.
Which I think is part of the challenge of the game. Is
unless you're playing on the floor, and then you can just let it go. Yeah. That might be really fun to play on the floor. Yeah. Box fart. So those are. Oh, we do have a teaser.
Hold this. We did play as we do every month.
Oh, we did play
a lot of Crokinole.
Yeah.
But if you would like this board,
this board.
Yeah, this specific Tracy board's natural color. I can't hear
you. It's bouncing off of here.
Tracy board's natural color.
It's a teaser of a giveaway we're doing. All right, put it down.
It's like Hamsterrolle.
No.
So April, and it won't be probably the first part of April, but. We're coming up on 4 years for the channel, so sometime,
it started out with kids planning, and we'll talk a lot. We'll kind of do some recap of in our story. We'll probably put out our story because we've got a big story of how board games really rescued us.
Yeah.
So we'll put all that out in our 4-year anniversary. We're gonna do live streaming and things like that, and also a lot of giveaways. This is gonna be our biggest giveaway.
Yeah. So we have a ton of games to give away as part of that live stream, but we are giving away this specific natural Tracy boards. Virtually brand new. We've played some stuff on it a little bit. It's had a couple games played on it. Took some pictures of it, but we'll probably use this one during the live stream to get it broken in for you. But you can win this and some buttons and the stuff that you need to play a game of Crokinole. So we are super excited about that. Really excited. We need to
brainstorm. We're going to be talking tomorrow on our drive.
On our 8-hour drive. Yeah.
Brainstorming what all our 4-year anniversary is going to entail, but we know this is going to be one of the giveaways, and we're really excited. You want your coffee back? Okay, don't spill.
Not over the board.
Not over the board.
So this was February. We're going to Gamma Expo tomorrow. We'll be there for a week or for 5 days, 4 days. 5 days.
You'll see we're bringing the podcast on the stick, which I know I've teased about on our Instagram and stuff. There was a little mishap.
Yeah, we shot that with a 360 camera, and apparently in being set down over the year that we've had the 360 camera, it got a scratch on both sides, right on the bubble of the lens. But that also happened to be straight across everybody's faces. So
we'll still put those out because the conversation is great. Now it was PAX U, so some of it's a little bit maybe outdated.
Yeah, if there's some that's hey, here's what's coming in January from our publisher, that probably won't. But there were really just wanted to. We've made some major upgrades to it, so PAX U was really the proof of concept, and production-wise, the Gamma interviews are going to be a lot better. So I kind of want to get those out first and then have here's where this came from. Like, here were the proof of concept. But yeah, amazing conversations. Really like the format. Excited to get there and just shoot more podcasts on sticks. Yeah.
This week is going to be a whirlwind. It's going to be, we are going to be so busy.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of fun, but we are going to be, I'm so glad we're coming back on Friday and have Saturday and Sunday to kind of rest and be with our kids until we dive back in on Monday.
But be sure to follow it. Like, keep an eye on the social media, Instagram, TikTok, all that. We'll be posting a lot of stuff this week. We're doing a lot of interviews and just gathering information for you about what games are coming out that we're allowed to talk about.
Yeah.
And so this is our February recap. Thank you so much for watching.
No, Emma wasn't with us this
she's
time.
over there
asleep. She's sleeping in her nursery here at the studio. Yep. She is actually sleeping. So maybe she'll join us next time. But see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.